Man, so many roles in data domain. There is a data engineer, there is a data analyst, there is a person who is a data scientist. What are the major differences and what you are right now you are not able to figure out? So let me help you with those all things. I'll be helping with from the scratch what exactly very basic definitions I'll be giving you, what all tools are required if you want to get into any kind of field, what is the work differences, daily work differences, and how you can decide. Basically in this video will be full packed for any person who want to get into data domain, who want to understand about the differences, and who want to understand what is a day-to-day life and day-to-day work looks like, and who want to if you want to pick anything at the when the video will end, you can also guide someone, and you can also pick for yourself ki basically which field should you choose. Should you choose a data engineering field? Should you choose a career of a data analytics? Should you choose a career of a data scientist? What all things to do? Those all things we'll be talking about. What all skill sets is required? Those all things. What is the market outlook in right now? So those all things, everything we'll be talking about, and it will be a very insightful video. So let's start, and I'll be guiding you through my screen. Here is my screen, and here's a black screen. Let me start with a very basic thing, that is basically basic differences. So I'll be talking about the different kinds of things. So there is a basic difference. Let's talk about the first thing. What is the basic differences? What is the basic difference between all kinds of field? First, let's talk about the DA, that is data analyst. That is the most heard term and most misunderstood term. People think it is a no coding job. People think of it is a job where anyone can enter. People think of basically कि हाँ डेटा एनालिटिक्स ये तो है कर तो लेंगे. सो इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट. बेसिकली अ डेटा एनालिस्ट इज अ पर्सन हु इज मोस्टली इन्वॉल्व्ड ऑन द बिजनेस साइड. Business side means basically he is aware of the business data. He is aware what all tables are for what, which all columns are there, and why it is used. He has those kind of knowledge. He has those kind of understanding. And what is a duty? Basically basic understanding, basic definition. That is, a data analyst will be a person who will be involved on the business side. He will be reporting, business reporting. He will do business. I have a very bad writing. Okay, let's ignore this. I'll write it here. That is business reporting plus what he will do, basically a business reporting, and whatever data knowledge he is having, he will be trying to do analytics on that. And these analytics is not equal to doing a select star on a table, doing a normal join on a table. There are different kinds of business queries. On those business queries, you need to build these business kind of use case will be there. Like suppose I need to compare something like right now Amazon offer is running. So I need to compare what is which kind of customers were there who were buying last year, and whether those customers are available this year or not, something like that. Those all kind of complex business scenarios will be there. So an analytics query will be made, and he or she will be responsible to make those kind of analytics query, and directly he or she need to make these kind of business reports so that leadership can come and they can take the decision, they can see the matrices. This is how a business analyst work. Basic definition. This is a basic definition of a data analyst, what a data analyst will do. And basically let's talk about now data scientist. A data scientist is a person, basically DS I'll write. Data scientist equal to DS. Data scientist is a person who is mostly involved in predictive analysis or GenAI. Most of the time I have seen that nowadays data scientists are also getting involved in GenAI. वैसे तो we have a dedicated different kind of roles like GenAI engineer, AI engineer, ML engineer, but definitely a data scientist is also related to this field. So he or she can also work because he is having or she is having some prior understanding of GenAI. So definitely because he or she is already working on those kind of things. So predictive analysis means, I'll just explain you these terms. That is much more important to explain you. Plus GenAI, plus mostly they will be working on some kind of like say as ML, machine learning models and all. What are these? Basically, let me give you a use case. Basically, suppose if I have a use case right now, that is I need to basically if I have some kind of data, I need to make a chatbot, basically a chatbot on top of a clean data. I am a person who doesn't know anything about coding, and there is a use case, a business use case, a leadership use case, where basically what I need to do, I need to build a chatbot on top of the data, and chatbot will be hosted in some kind of UI, say Node.js UI or Django UI, any kind of basically a backend will be used to build those kind of things, and UI React या कुछ भी use करके we can make some kind of front end, and directly a user can query on that कि basically I want to check basically what was the total sales last year. okay, or total sale compared to this year and last year financial year of March, something like that. So directly he will write a query in English, and directly a query will be running, and directly he will be getting the output in the numbers and in natural language. This is one of the use case, or this is one of the thing that a data scientist can work on. This is one of the use case, a great use case where ML will be used, GenAI will be used, and predictive analysis will be also used to curate these all things. This is the work of a data scientist. A data engineer is basically a data plumber. Basically a plumber जैसे नहीं होता है कि basically he will do plumber of data. This is the simplest answer of data engineer. That is, I am a data engineer working at about I have been working as a remote data engineer. It has been 4.5 years working as a data engineering field, and I have been guiding people also. Mostly the question comes that what kind of raw data is there? Raw data is basically there will be different kind of source. Source are basically, there can be a CSV file someone is updating. Like when you go to McD or Domino's, you might have seen that people are like, there is a computer where people are just typing the orders and directly taking the order. There are also machines right now where a user can directly come and directly add their products, and directly it will be fetched and sent to a warehouse where anyone from any store can see from which store what is getting, because people need to have that understanding so that a data analyst can query those all things. So they need to make a centralized system. So a CSV will be there, or a JSON file will be there, or a normal text file will be there. So this is called as source. From source they will load something, a load will be done. That is also called as data ingestion. Mostly data ingestion we call it as. I am just adding these points also because whenever you will go for understanding in depth of this one, these terms will be used. That is data ingestion, source files, target. Then there will be a target, and there will be transformation on the target, or before load also transformation is there. ELT and ETL jobs are there. So basically here you need to talk about the target. Target is all about where you are loading the data, where the load is happening. It will be a data warehouse where, or a data lake or something like that, where a data warehouse can be of GCP, BigQuery. It can be a Redshift, Amazon Redshift, AWS Redshift. It can be a Databricks Delta Lake. It can be anything. Like it can be anything. Azure Synapse. Wherever you want to store the data, it can be stored so that it is easier for a DA, data analyst, or a data scientist can come and take that data and use that data. That is the whole work of a data engineer, to make the data usable, refined directly, so that anyone can come and query the data, make their reports, and just a leadership can see those all things. That is the most important thing. So there can be different kinds of sources. Sources can be of different kinds. Sources can be of any kind, and directly you have to curate the data, fetch the data, clean the data, and then load the data. This is the whole process looks like for a data engineer. I am a data engineer. If you want to learn these all things, I have seen people reaching out to me to learn these all things. If you want to learn, we have a dedicated bootcamp in the description of DataX. This is my own bootcamp. I am teaching from the scratch. If you want to learn anything from the scratch, if you don't know anything about data engineering, if you want to learn, everything is there in the description. Go. There is also exclusive coupon code. You can use that coupon code to learn, to get exclusive discounts also for dedicated for YouTube family. You can go and use that. 100% will help you. It is from scratch, from what is data engineering, how a data engineer works, then SQL, then Python, then Spark, big data, everything I have covered, and everything is there. You can just go and enroll or see and dedicate about that. Dedicated, you can see about that. There is a support number also if you have any doubts, or you can also type in the comments and ask if you have the doubts. Let's go ahead. So basically this was all about the data engineer. Data engineer is this one. A daily work, basically if we talk about in a brief, a daily work. The daily work of a DA is basically to make those kind of analytics query and reporting analytics query are very important. Data scientists will be making some kind of predictive models, or making some kind of training, some kind of models, train models. Models are basically the machine learning models that we talk about, and we can also make these kind of models directly. We can also pre-train, we can also anything, whatever the use case is at that point, you can use that. A data engineer will be mostly working on what all things. He will be ingesting some data from somewhere, ingest the data, then load the data, then transform the data. This is the whole work of a data engineer. This is how a data engineer works. So this is the daily work differences that he or she will be understanding about those all things. So this is how it looks like, a daily work routine. Other than that, let's talk about who should pick what. Till now you might have understood basically what all requirements are there, what are the use cases, what are the difference, because I tried to explain you in very short, in very brief, in very lame terms, basically what all things are required. So if you want to pick something, suppose you want to go for data engineering, okay, why I am writing B instead of D, okay, who should pick what, okay. If you have this confusion ki bhaiya, if I need to pick whether data engineer or a data scientist, what I need to do. So for a data engineer, more of backend knowledge is required, that is more coding is required, and it is one of the great paying role. So I'll tell you about that also, and going forward it is a great paying role, and it is one of the great role where you can make some like logical flow thinker, or a backend friendly role. It is like logical, if you need to be in a role where it is a logical thinker, you are basically, you need to think about how to optimize these things, how you can make the data usable, from where you need to fetch the data. Those all requirements are there, so you can get into data engineering job. If you are a person who want to become a data scientist, so you should be aware about how to train the models, and you should be aware, and you should be basically aware, or you should be willing to learn about the ML, then how to train the model, how to tune with the hyperparameters, evaluate the model, because training the model is not last step. We need to also evaluate the accuracy of the model, how accurate the model is. So this is how you do it. This is the work of a data scientist. Other than that, basically there will be also coming, you will see in future, there will be jobs called as data model evaluator, something like that, data scientist or model evaluator, something like that. Those kind of new jobs will also get generated, like we have seen some AI engineer, GenAI engineers, or we have also seen different kinds of roles we have already seen. So definitely more and more new roles will be coming. The market is going to expand a lot. It will explode a lot in data engineering, so it will be very much helpful for you to get into this field. Next is basically, suppose you are going for a data analyst. A data analyst, if you want to get into a data analyst, is basically business first person. He should be aware about the data, what is the data, how is the data looking, if I want. So mostly you will be seeing that a data analyst in any kind of project, he or she will be basically a person who will be mostly in a long-term basis working in the project, so that he or she is having the understanding of the data, which tables is for what, which pipelines are for what. If I am loading this particular in a reporting, if I am doing, if a leadership ask me ki tell me the last year sales revenue and today's sales revenue, compare it with the today's date. So how what is the difference, which tables I need to use, which all tools I need to use. So those all understanding, if you need to know about the business depth and business understanding, if you are aware and if you are interested in this, a data analyst will be a great role for you. So these are the this one key, which tool should you pick. Suppose you want to get into this particular field and you want to explore about the skill sets, which all skill sets are there bhaiya. So let me tell you, a DA, if a DA is there basically, so DA will be responsible, or DA will be used basically if you know about Excel is very required, because mostly every time you will be not going on Power BI or any kind of big business and intelligence tools, and directly you will be not curating on those things. You will be using for small data Excel, SQL, Power BI, and many times I have seen that data analysts are also good at Python, pandas and all, for data cleaning and all, if there is a requirement. That is one of the requirement. If you're a data scientist will be a person who will be having the skill sets of Python, NumPy, okay, for this one, scikit-learn or TensorFlow. These kind of skill sets you should have if you want to get into the field of, or we talk about ML flow. Okay, these are kind of tools or skill sets you should have. If you want to get into DE role, basically you should be aware of data modeling, what is SQL, what is the role of data engineer, what is Python, Spark. Okay, then we talk about Databricks or any kind of cloud we talk about, or a lake house or a data warehouse, or any kind of orchestration tool, be it ADF, be it Databricks workflows, be it Airflow. Everything does the same thing, just slight differences are there. Majorly any kind of orchestration tools you can use, and you can get into if you want to learn any these things from the scratch. I already told you there is a bootcamp, my own bootcamp. I teach it from the scratch, from the zero, with all my efforts. If you want to learn about those things, directly go enroll it, use it, and you can start right away. There is no start date for that. You can use right it. That is the best part. This is how it is designed. So definitely you can start it. This is how it looks like. An expanding job market, as we have seen. it is exploding. I'll not say it is expanding, it is exploding, and data engineers demand will be definitely increasing. Data analyst demand will be increasing, data scientist demand will be increasing, and definitely new roles will be coming in the data domain that will be related to these all fields, and it will help to get more and more like career growth, and those kind of opportunities will be there. And if you want to get into any kind of role, it will be helpful for you to curate, make the visibility, and do it. This is all about the video, and it is my personal recommendation. I told you, if you want to learn anything from the scratch about data engineering, you can get into the bootcamp. I can help you out with those all kinds of things. Other than that, any kinds of things, take a structured path roadmap and follow the kind of things. Don't run behind 10 different things, it won't help you. Okay, this was all about the video. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.